Good morning, you guys. Whoever's watching this live, good morning. Just give a couple moments if anyone's gonna pop on. It is early. Welcome to anyone who's watching this recorded. I'm so excited that you all are here. I am excited to be here. This is my Baby and Me webinar. My first daughter was born 4 months ago on August 13th, and I have been wanting to do this webinar since. The oils helped me in so many ways throughout my pregnancy, previous to my pregnancy, the birth and delivery, postpartum, and now with Royal. So welcome. I'm going to talk to you guys this morning about certain essential oils that really do help promote wellness and support the body, the mind, the heart throughout pregnancy, birth, and beyond. And I'm really, really passionate about this topic. Being a new mom, these oils have supported me in hundreds of different ways, and I'm always really excited to share with new moms so welcome. Before we begin, I just want to shout out a little disclaimer. So I'm absolutely not a doctor. I'm a natural health wellness advocate, and I'm sharing my stories and my experiences in hopes that I'm able to encourage others to investigate a life of natural solutions. So this presentation is not designed to diagnose anything or to treat or, to heal anything, like these oils will support you. And it's always really important to consult your doctor for any ailments. We're going to be discussing how to support your body, your mind, your spirit with the highest grade essential oils on the market throughout your pregnancy, your birth, postpartum, and with your little babies and children. And you guys, it's really important to have regular appointments with your primary health caregiver during pregnancy. Super, super important. And I encourage you guys to do your own research on these oils. There's lots of information out there, but it's important to sort of sift through. There's a lot of junk as well. So get connected to an awesome community. I love my doTERRA community. It's been so supportive, especially on this new path as a mother. And most of my information today, where my go-to throughout the last year and a half, is from Stephanie Fritz's book. This is called Essential Oils for Pregnancy, Birth, and Beyond. And she's a midwife who talks about everything in this book, from planning out your pregnancy to postpartum and using your oils safely on your babies. So my most valuable resource right there. And then you can also follow her on Facebook. So she is, I think, the Essential Midwife on Facebook. So a little bit about myself. My name is Andrea Nacy. I am the founder of YINsentials, and my mission in everything that I do is to empower the world with self-care. I'm a local yoga teacher in Whistler, British Columbia, and I'm also an international yoga teacher training with Yogacara Global. So I travel around the world teaching yoga. It's the most amazing job ever. I am a Lululemon Yin Yoga ambassador for our Whistler store. I am a new mom to my beautiful daughter Royal, and of course I'm also an essential oil educator and a premier leader with doTERRA. So that's me, and I love to share with people the reason why I was attracted to these oils in the first place. I've been an oils user for a long time, ever since high school. But I've only really used tea tree oil. That was one of the oils that my dad always had. So I would use that as spot treatments on blemishes throughout high school, but never really got into the therapeutics of the oils until about a couple years ago. Many of you have probably heard this story when I was first offered a position to partner with Yogacar Global, I was very hesitant because I had a lot of fear that I was dealing with. I had a lot of anxiety. My father passed away suddenly from cancer 5 years ago. And that still was affecting me greatly when I was offered this position. And I wanted to be close to my family. Anyways, a lot of barriers that were limiting me from going after my dreams. And the oils were introduced at the perfect time. They supported me in traveling, and they've been fantastic. So I won't go too much in that story, but at the exact same time that the oils were introduced to me and helped me be supported in accepting this awesome position, teaching yoga around the world, my husband and I were ready to start our family. But it was really, really important to me to detox my living environment, detox my body before I was going to get pregnant. I watched a documentary. I recommend you guys all watch this. It's called Toxic Baby. And that documentary, I always knew it was true how toxic our cleaners were, our body products were, but it's like ignorance is bliss, right? It's on the shelves. I thought it would be okay. Everyone else uses it. But in the pit of my stomach, I always knew that it probably wasn't the best for us to apply chemicals to our skin every day, numerous times a day, to smell constantly synthetic chemicals through air fresheners or Glade plugins or those Febreze mists, right? That people use many times throughout the day. Anyway, so I watched this documentary relatively the same time that my oils arrived, and I was shocked that to learn that the number one ingredient in baby care products contains a preservative that mimics estrogen, and it's been studied that high levels of estrogen are linked to breast cancer. So it shook me to the core. Why would I be applying those products to my skin that are going to seep through my skin, seep through the placenta to my baby? And once she arrives, why would I be, putting this on her? And then I was also shocked. The other point, the big point in that documentary was that we today in 2016, we have 30,000 to 50,000 chemicals in our body that our grandparents didn't have. And that's just shocking. And I really, after watching that, I was ready to take action. I was ready to clean up my toxic environment so that I could bring my baby into just a vital environment where she could thrive. doTERRA was such an amazing path. It was just synchronicity at its best. You know how that works, right? doTERRA and some of my mentors, I was just led and educated and supported by this amazing community of natural solution seekers and light seekers and sharers and users and lovers. And these oils were and still are like a serious gateway to a high vibe lifestyle that doesn't only impact me, but is going to impact my daughter. And it's not only going to impact you, but it's going to impact your family and your children's children, these choices that you make. And we can only try our best, but these oils make it possible. So that's a little bit how I was introduced to the oils. And then I, of course, did my research. So doTERRA, why did I choose doTERRA? There's a lot of other options out there for essential oils. So I did my investigating. I did my research. I learned that there was no regulations in the natural solutions world, in the essential oils world. People could put anything on the shelf, label it as organic or pure, when it's synthetic made, in China, for example. So doTERRA really raised the bar in the essential oil world 8 years ago. They decided to create the best oil so that we could have the top of the line oils in our homes for therapeutic usage. So certified pure therapeutic grade, CPTG, is what their oils are, and it's higher than food grade oils. It's higher than therapeutic oils. They go through extensive testing. Each bottle is tested. It's sourced from around the world where you have the best soil and where these plants or these trees are indigenous to the land. There's also a really cool website that was just launched, source2.com, part of the doTERRA website family, and you can actually look at the bottom of your oil, that number there, you can plug it in and you can actually see all of the tests that this little bottle has been through. So each bottle is tested so that you know you're getting the purest. I just want to share with you guys. So I've got this Modern Essentials book in the big hardcover, but this is an awesome little tool that I send out to everybody who purchases a wholesale membership with me. It's like the mini guide, and it explains to you, the difference between doTERRA and other essential oils that may be on the market. So what you want to look for in an essential oil and in a company that produces essential oils, you want to make sure that they have the proper plant variations. You want to make sure that the plants or the flowers or the trees, they're grown in their indigenous regions around the world, grown without chemical pesticides, herbicides, harvested with precise timing to ensure peak properties, extracted with proper temperature and pressure to preserve all oil molecules, and third-party testing for each and every batch. So that's really important, and that's why I chose doTERRA, and that's why I stand behind these oils, and I share my experiences because it really matters. People do get into oils, entry-level oils, and that's cool, like that's a great start if you're just starting to look into that world, just to, bring an aroma into your home. But when you're starting to look for therapeutic benefits behind your oils, you want to make sure that you're getting the best. And doTERRA's created that for us, and pretty amazing. And they're always, looking for ways to innovate and to bring the best of the best into our homes. Just a little brief overview on my wellness philosophy. So it's not only, our to live at a high vibe. It's not only these oils. These oils are an awesome tool, but we've got to think about how we eat, how we exercise, how we rest and manage stress, how we reduce toxic load, informed self-care, and then proactive medical care. That's sort of like how I look at my wellness in sort of like that pyramid shape. Like eating is the most important, then exercise, and especially when you're pregnant, and postpartum, and getting ready to, your fertility. The oils are so helpful to help manage stress and to help you rest and to help you reduce toxic load. And then being involved in this essential oil community, it's easier to inform yourself on self-care and be your own advocate, because it's really important in this day and age to be your own health advocate, your family's health advocate, and of course be linked up with a whole team of healthcare providers. Throughout my pregnancy, I couldn't have done it without my acupuncturist, my massage therapist, my cranial sacral therapist, my medical doctor, right? Have a great team surrounding you. So water is so important. I thought that I was drinking enough. Regularly, I would drink 3 liters, and I thought that was totally enough while pregnant. And I had a little incident. I think it was around like 6 months or so. I was at my office, and I started to get dizzy spells and sort of blackout, just for a moment, and I rushed to the hospital because of course I'd rather be safe than sorry, and they're so awesome up here at the Whistler Hospital. They They did an ultrasound, a baby was fine. It was basically, I was just dehydrated. And I told the doctor I was drinking 3 liters, but he said that wasn't enough for me. So 3 to 5, and I was about 5 liters of water a day. And you know, our bodies are made of water. 60% of our body is made of water, so it's so important for our skin and to detox and to digest and to absorb all the nutrition from the food. Upping your water intake, you guys, is going to help you focus. It's going to help you with that midday fatigue, especially later in your pregnancy. Keep your immune system top notch, and it will help with muscle support. It will help with rebounding. So water is important. Vitamins. I don't know what you guys are using, but doTERRA has amazing supplements. It's called LLV, Lifelong Vitality, and it's their #1 product. They actually back it with a 30-day money back. Like if you don't notice a difference, they'll give you your money back. They are amazing. I'm so excited. Even my husband's going to start trying them in January. I use these throughout my pregnancy, use these especially in postpartum. I found these to be really, really useful. Whatever you're using right now, take it to your naturopath or take it to your doctor, and see what they think. Compare them. I've had a lot of people take the LLV to their naturopath and to their doctor, and their naturopaths and doctors were blown away by how awesome these vitamins are. So they are top grade plant-based supplements, and going to help you with your energy, your sleep, your stamina, moods, focus, everything. So make sure that you're taking a really high grade plant-based supplement throughout your pregnancy. Even before I started, 6 months before taking these, you get your omegas, you get your vitamins, you get your minerals. And if you're skeptical, again, some of my girlfriends have taken them to their naturopaths, and actually their naturopaths have started taking them. So super cool. Rest is really important, you guys. I am always blown away by the statistics out there on how many people are sleep deprived. It causes so many health issues when we don't get enough rest, and get that rest before baby comes. 78% of women report more disturbed sleep during pregnancy than other times. I'm surprised actually that number isn't higher. I found, oils an amazing tool to help me get my rest in conjunction with other things like exercise and meditation and breath work and feng shui in my bedroom, making sure that you airplane mode your electronics, and you have the TV off when you're trying to fall asleep. I also am so stoked all the time about Serenity, but this was diffusing probably every night in my bedroom. So this has vetiver and lavender and cedar wood in it. You can also use just cedar wood on its own. Cedar wood is one of my husband's favorites, so that's why it's often on in the bedroom. So another one that can help you sleep. Enzymes. So enzymes, we do produce them naturally when we eat a diet that is really high in non-pasteurized, non-processed raw foods. But unfortunately, we don't have a diet that is that good every single day. So doTERRA makes an awesome supplement for enzymes. And I just want to read you guys a passage out of Stephanie Fritz's book. She talks about the enzymes. So I just want to share this with you guys. Another vital key to having an optimal pregnancy is getting enough enzymes. I recommend digestive enzymes to everyone, whether you're pregnant or not. This is a whole food enzyme which helps many of your body systems. The role of enzymes that we are most familiar with is their help with digestion of proteins, fats, complex carbs, sugars, and fibers. When taken with food, enzymes help your body break down these foods in the stomach so it can be utilized. So we can utilize the nutrients in the most effective way possible. They help your body digest, absorb, and convert food into energy, as well as help retain the nutrients in your body. Often women experience heartburn or indigestion during pregnancy, especially in the 3rd trimester. When they use enzymes in their diet, this uncomfortable symptom is greatly reduced. However, this is only half the story of enzymes. This is where it gets really cool. The other half we don't hear too much about. When you take enzymes on an empty stomach, they have many other benefits for your body. They actually rebuild and support connective tissues. Your connective tissues provide a structural framework for your body. Your whole body is made up of connective tissues: tendons, ligaments, cartilage, blood, bones, tissues, lymphatic tissues. Enzymes support and strengthen these tissues, which helps to store energy and protect your organs. So really, really cool. So awesome to have enzymes as part of your regular health and wellness routine. A little bit of guidelines for using your oils safely. I just want to say, like, these oils are so potent and so pure that it is, it's like we replace things in our medicine cabinet with these oils. So make sure that you put these oils in your medicine cabinet. They're not easily grabbed by your kids. I heard a story the other day. Her 2-year-old was being babysat and gone to the oils, and it got into her eyes, and the mom was just like freaking out, of course. So make sure they're so potent, you guys. Make sure they're out of your kids' reach. So oils, general guidelines for usage. So topically, dilute your oils. I love to dilute my oils with the fractionated coconut oil. So the fat's been taken out of this. That's why it's liquid form. So really easy to apply on the skin. Adults, 3 to 4 drops. That's all you need. Kids, 2 to 3. I would even, 1 to 2. And then babies, like 1. Less is more with these high grade oils. That's also, you're going to start to go out and see other oils and compare and see, on the back of the oil when it says 15 to 20 drops, it's probably a synthetic oil. These high grade essential oils, no more than 4 drops for an adult, no more than 3 drops for kids, and no more than 2 drops with babies, and dilute your oils for sure. All right, let's get to a couple symptoms that affected me in my pregnancy, and I'll share what I used. So nausea affected me a little bit, not too bad, but a little bit. So every single day I used essential oils topically on my skin, and it not only helped me with my nausea, but it helped me stay grounded. It helped me process emotion. It helped me stay connected to my spirit, my source, and my little baby that was growing inside. So what I used every single day, I would first dry skin brush with a couple drops of grapefruit oil on my dry skin brush, have my shower, come out of the shower, and I would moisturize my whole body. I would start from my toes all the way up in circular motion. Same thing with my arms, fingers up, abdomen in a clockwise direction. So I would use quite a lot of the fractionated coconut oil, and then I would use a drop of lavender, a drop of sandalwood, and sometimes a drop of ginger. And I would use lavender and sandalwood all over my body, and then I would also apply that drop of ginger to the bottoms of my feet, and then socks on, shoes on, ready to go. Cardamom is an awesome one for supporting you with nausea and coughs and colds. So 1 little drop behind your ears and the back of your neck. You can dilute this with coconut oil. 1 drop of this, 1 drop of coconut oil. Rub it in your fingers. Simple, like 2 seconds, right? Enzymes will really help you with your nausea, and also I found that eating more protein, especially at nighttime, helped me with my pregnancy nausea. Swelling and edema. So I probably around 5 months, my carpal tunnel really flared up in my wrists, and I didn't swell anywhere else. I swelled in my feet and my ankles at about 9 months because it was August and it was hot, but about 5-6 months, I had a lot of swelling in my wrists. I went to teach actually on the Sunshine Coast at 6.5 months pregnant, and that's where the swelling really flared up. I was actually like texting my acupuncturist and my physiotherapist at probably like 5:30 in the morning because I couldn't sleep for 2 nights in a row because it got so bad. And they were awesome. They texted me right back with like pressure points. There's pressure points for it, like acupuncture really helped me with it. But so does the volume of water that you drink. So make sure that you guys are upping your water intake. And the oils that helped me a lot, I wouldn't have been able to survive that weekend on the Sunshine Coast if I didn't have my oils with me. So Aroma Touch is doTERRA's massage blend. So good. So in the Aroma Touch, there's peppermint, marjoram, basil, grapefruit, lavender. So good. So I would just massage that with a little drop of fractionated coconut oil all in my forearm, in my wrists, my hands. Another awesome circulation oil is cypress. So 2 options. This is beautiful. So massage and acupuncture, get that lymphatic drainage happening. Very, very, very important. Okay, so on to the oils that supported me throughout my labor. So I was so excited to get my my hospital bag together, get all my oils together. I had Stephanie Fritz's book in my hospital bag with cards with all the oils highlighted so that my husband and my doula would know how to use them. And I am so happy I had my oils. I did have a few interventions, but I was able to have an unmedicated birth. And when she was born, it was just like the ecstatic hormones that were buzzing through my system. I was just so excited to be able to experience that. And I really, truly believe that the oils were able to anchor me to my strength. And it was one of the most powerful experiences of my life. And I want to share a passage. Actually, I was reading last night. It was funny. I was putting on my final touches in preparation for this webinar, and then I went to bed, and I decided to pull out my Wayne Dyer book. I have like one more chapter of this book, his book called Living an Inspired Life. And it was like the angels were letting me know that this was really important to share with you guys, this webinar, this information, my experience. And this was just a reminder that this is where I'm supposed to be, is sharing this with you guys. So I'm just going to read this passage to you guys because these oils were so powerful, so profound throughout my labor. And this is why. We come from a quiet, peaceful place. That's the very essence of creation. So when our mind is filled with noisy dialogue, we shut out the possibility of remembering our spirit. Incessant chatter keeps us attached to the physical world and produces anxiety, stress, fear, worry, and so many of the emotional reactions that are decidedly removed from any higher power realization. So the oils were able to keep me quiet and focused on my inner strength and my higher power. And they actually, they did that for me. So awesome. I love Wayne Dyer. He's So sad that he's gone, but he leaves such an amazing legacy. So what did I use in my birthing room? My nurses and my doctors were so happy to come into my room every single time. They were the aroma. It was their favorite room. I kept it calm and dark and quiet. I was diffusing wild orange. I don't have wild orange right now. But wild orange is one of the oils that has been passed by Health Canada as a natural health product. And so these claims have actually been approved by Health Canada. So I want to just show you guys here. You guys can print this out. This is all the doTERRA oils that have been passed by Health Canada. So these are the claims that have been approved. So in aromatherapy, wild orange has been approved as a nervine and calmative. So a nervine is like something that calms the nerves, and a calmative is a natural sedation. So having this in the diffuser right beside me, actually through a plant-based product, helped my nervous system relax and helped me naturally be sedated. Pretty cool. And then used in aromatherapy as an antispasmodic, so any tummy pain, and as a carminative. So that's like also like sort of digestive discomfort. So I had wild orange diffusing. My beautiful doula, Carla, from Lavender Hill up in Whistler, she massaged basil. I don't know how many hours she massaged me for, my low back and my feet with basil and fractionated coconut oil. This is such a cooling oil. My favorite position was actually on the hospital bed, with my hands on the hospital bed, standing on my feet and just leaning over, and then Carla would be massaging this. This was so supportive, so cooling, so relaxing. Amazing sensations using basil. And it might be a little too much information for you guys, but I pushed for 4 hours and a bit. And Carla had Serenity on cotton balls up my nose, and this was amazing. This is really what empowered me to complete the job, to cross over that bridge, to meet my baby. This gave me so much power in a really calm way. So inhale this throughout the pushing phase. Have this on cotton balls, 1 drop up your nose. Powerful stuff. Okay, so newborns, I had my frankincense ready and I used it on her right away. So 1 drop of frankincense on the crown of the head and all the way down the spine. It helps your baby in just relaxing, you know, just arrived in the world. So helps reduce stress and helps in bonding, that moment of bonding. I used myrrh on her umbilical cord, the little stump, to seal. So that umbilical cord is connected to you. That's what feeds your baby throughout your pregnancy. And so when it's cut, when your baby is born, all the systems in your baby is sort of open to now the world. And so that can help just seal it and close it and help it heal. And then another oil that I found really useful when she was a newborn, she had a little bit of yellowish jaundice, was lemon. So a drop of lemon diluted heavily on the bottoms of baby's feet, and really like a half a drop. The baby's feet are so little, so cute. So those are 3 top oils that I used right when she was born. There's so much more. I just, you know, you have to sort of pick and choose what you're gonna share. So postpartum, lavender was incredible. Of course, I used some painkillers. The first couple days I had to have an episiotomy, and so I did use painkillers. But I also, every time I would pop a painkiller, I would also use my lavender, and I weaned myself off of the painkillers. I stuck with lavender. I would rub this onto my abdomen with coconut oil 3 times a day, and it helps so much with the cramps. I recommend this. I will give a sample to anyone who is about to give birth. So holler at me. Lavender. If you're going to have one oil, this, Serenity, basil. Oh, it's so hard to pick one oil. Peri spray. So important to make this before. You get those little spray bottles from the hospital to, instead of wiping, you use those. So use that after you go, and then use your Peri spray just in a bottle like this. You can get these at Whole Foods. So 10 drops of frankincense, 10 drops of lavender in a spray bottle topped with water. You can just spray, or you can use a sitz bath, which I also really loved a lot. That helped me heal down there really quickly. I think was the sitz baths, the Epsom salts, clary sage, and patchouli in my sitz baths. So especially for hemorrhoids. Beautiful. Clary sage, patchouli, Epsom salt sitz baths. I did that in the morning, the afternoon, and at night. Awesome natural support that's going to help heal you. Balance, I don't have any balance, but Balance is doTERRA's grounding blend, and it's very like woodsy. It is one that I used on the bottoms of my feet every single morning. It was quite the learning curve the first 3 months when Royal was born. The oils, again, using something like Balance, something that's really grounding, keeps you connected to your source and your spirit, especially when you're just learning how to become a new mom. You're learning your baby, you are learning each other, you're going on no sleep, you're healing. You want to be supported with these oils. So just a drop on the bottoms of your feet of a grounding blend will be really beneficial. Citrus oils, for the first 3 months, I diffused citrus oils in my room, in her room, in the main living room. So citrus oils like lemon and grapefruit. There's one that blends them all, Citrus Bliss, use that quite a bit. Citrus oils really helped uplift me and just help me stay positive and happy. They really have that influence on you aromatically. So I'd recommend some citrus oils and LLV. So again, the supplements, the lifelong vitality. You are burning so many more calories breastfeeding. And for me, I wasn't eating properly. And I learned my lesson because my hemorrhoids got really bad. So make sure you're eating good again, and then have a high grade supplement that is going to help you with absorption of all of the nutrients. Breastfeeding. So I totally recommend every mom go see a lactation consultant. I went at day 10. I had such amazing support at the hospitals with the nurses. I probably asked for 6 or 7 tutorials on breastfeeding. I was just dumbfounded when Royal was born. It was, again, the biggest learning curve of my life. So it came relatively easy to me. I did reach out and ask for a lot of help. And the reason why I went to the lactation consultant at day 10 was because one of my nipples was cracked, and that's painful. And I really wanted to exclusively breastfeed my baby if I could for the first 6 months. So it's really important for me to reach out. And there's so much support out there, you guys, if you do struggle and have a hard time breastfeeding. So number 1, again, is water. Make sure you're consuming a lot of water. Avoid milk. That can make your baby really gassy. Use your relaxation oils. doTERRA has an awesome line called the Emotional Aromatherapy line. So 6 oils: Console, Forgive, Cheer, Motivate, and Passion blend. So I used a lot, again, still using a lot, is the Console. So Console is the comforting blend, and Forgive is the renewing blend. So fabulous. Look into those emotional aromatherapy oils to just help you relax. And you know, I needed those oils. I was, you know, cluster feeding. I had no idea what cluster feeding was, but Royal would eat probably nonstop for the first 6 weeks from 3:30 till about 7:30 at night. So I had amazing support from friends who just encouraged me to turn on my oils, to hunker down and just to connect with my baby and relax. And it's not easy for us to relax, right? It was quite a shock to the system. I live in a fast-paced world too. I was you know, having a baby, it was like, okay, slow down, especially in that newborn, that fourth trimester. Another thing that really worked for my cracked nipple was myrrh. So every time after feeding, a drop of myrrh on the cracked nipple, and then I would wash my nipple off just with a little bit of hot water and a bamboo face cloth before the next feeding. So that myrrh is just such a beautiful oil for your skin. Fennel and basil increase milk supply, can increase milk supply. So massaging fennel or basil with some coconut oil after feeding, again, all over the breast. And Stephanie Fritz says that you don't need to worry about washing the fennel or the basil off afterwards. You're not applying it right to your nipple, you're just applying it to the breast. And then just be wary, peppermint can have an effect to decrease your supply. So in blends like Breathe or Easy Air, there's only a tiny little bit of peppermint. I use that in Royal's room right now, and I haven't noticed a difference, but you might want to just err on the side of caution with using peppermint. And then again, breastfeeding LLV. You know, when you're pregnant, your baby gets all of the vitamins first, all of the nourishment first, and then you get it second. But while you're breastfeeding, it reverses. You get all the nourishment and then your baby gets second. So I think that is also really, really important to me, to make sure that I am eating you know, the highest grade foods, using the highest grade oils, lots of water, and so that you make sure that you're nourished, your baby's nourished. So baby care is awesome with the oils. I love making the oils a part of her routine. It's been so helpful for sleep training, and she is sleep trained. I started at 3 months. She was ready, and it was just natural. I wasn't for or against sleep training, but it was I could just tell that she was ready to go to sleep. For her scheduled naps and her scheduled bedtime in her own bed. And I found that oils really, really help. So making positive, healthy bedtime routines, your babies will get to know it. She knows when I'm, you know, I carry her, I talk her through bath time, turning on the water, putting in our oils. I dilute every night a drop of Serenity in about a teaspoon of milk into the bath water. And she knows. You know, bath time leads to putting on the sleep sack, leads to a book, and then leads to sleep. So that's been really cool to watch. So Serenity, again, one of my number one baby cares. Frankincense, also king of oils. I use this on her spine often, maybe once a week if she's fussy. And then again, balance the grounding blend on the bottoms of her feet. Diluted, also fussy times. Try the oils. They might have a really positive impact on your baby's emotions. Tummy issues. So Roy was a little bit colicky, not too bad. I found that chiropractor really helped alleviate the symptoms, as well as a little bit of ginger on her tummy, diluted with coconut oil, massage the tummy in a clockwise direction, or again on the bottoms of the feet, because you don't want these oils to get into your eyes, your baby's eyes, or ears or mouth. She has a little bit of a dry scalp, so the last probably 6 weeks or so, a little bit of cradle cap. Lavender again is my go-to. So lavender diluted with fractionated coconut oil, massage it in your baby's scalp, leave it on for an hour, and then bath time, rinse it out really well. I find that I use that maybe once a week, and she's good to go. She's already teething, and the oils are what I reach for first when she's teething, and I found it really, really helpful. So I actually use on her, I just find these so convenient, the rollerball touch. So this is already diluted. This is lavender diluted with the coconut oil. I apply this to her jawline when I notice that she's uncomfortable. And then fever, peppermint on the bottoms of the feet. I don't have my peppermint out here. Peppermint, just 1 drop diluted with coconut oil on the bottoms of your feet. Make sure you continue to keep taking your baby's temperature. And of course, you know, using Western medicine for sure if you need to. If your first go-to, your natural solution isn't working, you know, you use Western medicine. You know, we need to use Tylenol every once in a while. This is an awesome resource that I can get to all of you guys. It has tons of baby care recipes on it. One of them that I actually just made, I am not perfect. We all aren't perfect. I did buy the wipes from Costco just because they were convenient and I was overwhelmed by everything. But I'm switching over. Actually, you know how ignorance is bliss, right? When you don't look at the ingredients, you're like, it's fine. Well, I read the ingredients and I was horrified that I wipe her bum numerous times a day with these baby wipes that are full of synthetic toxins when I can make her baby wipes so easy. So I'm just going to read what you guys need to make baby wipes. This is just one of the many recipes. So 1 roll of toilet paper, 3 cups of distilled water, 1 tablespoon of unscented liquid soap such as Dr. Bronner's, 1 tablespoon of fractionated coconut oil or olive oil, 2 drops each melaleuca, lavender, Roman chamomile. So to make it, you cut the roll of paper towel in half lengthwise with a serrated knife, so it takes some elbow grease. You place half in a resealable container for storage, like a plastic tube or a zipper bag, or you know, those boxes that those synthetic baby wipes come in. And reserve the other half for your next batch. So you combine all the ingredients and you pour over the paper towels. You let the mixture rest, then you turn the paper towels over. You add more water if needed. And then after 30 minutes, remove the paper roll and pull the wipes from the center. So really, really easy. I can share this with you guys in a PDF form. Just PM me or email me if you guys are interested in that recipe or any of the other recipes. So healthy baby starts with healthy mom. It is vital that throughout, you know, preparing to get pregnant, throughout your pregnancy, postpartum, as you're raising your baby, you're raising your kids, that you're practicing really healthy habits and self-care practices, because it really starts with you. You can't love someone else if you're not loving yourself. So these oils are such an amazing tool to help with those positive, healthy, high vibe lifestyle habits that, you know, you want to start early so that you can share those positive habits with your baby. And I find that these oils are just such an amazing yogic tool that help you stay connected to your best self. So some things that I did throughout my pregnancy, still do, that keep me just vibing at the highest level. I take time probably every second day to have an Epsom salt bath with sandalwood, one of the more luxurious oils. Like I said, I use sandalwood on my body every single day throughout my pregnancy. I don't so much anymore, but I found that throughout my pregnancy, I really needed to use a luxurious oil that was grounding every single day of my pregnancy. Now I sort of alternate. I use them more intuitively. I'll switch them But throughout my pregnancy, I was very, very connected to sandalwood. So love to bathe in it every couple days. Go for walks. Walking was one of my favorite forms of exercise throughout my pregnancy. And get out in nature. It is so important to get out into nature and to move your body for your physical health, for your mental health, for your emotional health. Prenatal yoga is a beautiful way to connect to your baby, to connect to your breath, to connect to your power, and take it easy after you have your baby. I just got back to yoga probably at 12 weeks postpartum, and really slow yin restorative yoga, and I'm just now getting back into more of a vinyasa practice and spin and circuit classes at 4 months postpartum. Meditate, you guys, even if it's just for a couple minutes a day. Get quiet, be connected, like what Dr. Wayne Dyer says. We got to get quiet to be really connected to our power. And then again, have your wellness team support you. So go see your massage therapist regularly. Go see a craniosacral therapist that helps calm your nervous system. Go to your acupuncturist. Continue to develop these relationships with your healthcare providers, and start your day and end your day with gratitude. Such a beautiful time in your life, preparing for pregnancy, living with your baby inside of you for 9 months, giving birth, that fourth trimester when they're newborn, that bonding, so beautiful. If you guys want more information about anything else that's in Stephanie Fritz's book, reach out, go follow her on Facebook. She is a wealth of information, really, really empowering. And I am booking classes. So I love doing these online webinars. I think they're fantastic because who doesn't want to learn from the comfort of their home? But if you guys want me to come and teach your tribe, I am booking classes now for January. I've got a few dates still available. So if you're interested in me coming to teach you or your family or your network, your community, that's what I love to do. And you can reach out, PM me, email me, andreanisi@gmail.com with any questions that you guys have. I'm so glad you guys were able to join me live. Some of you are on. Lovely to see you guys on. And those of you watching the recording, I'm so happy that you guys are here as well. Have a fantastic day. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. And I will see you guys in the new year. Bye.